My students finally understand triads using this simple explanation. Let me show you under 4 minutes. Before we talk about the 4 qualities of a triad, let's get some technical terms out of the way first. Triads are a type of chords, and chords are formed using a combination of musical notes sounding at the same time. This process is done by stacking notes on top of one another using intervals of a third. This will then give rise to triads, a type of chords formed by combining 3 notes stacked in thirds. Here's a simple example. We call this a C major chord. It is a triad made up of 3 notes, C, E, and G. Since these 3 notes are already arranged in thirds, we name the C note the root, the E note as the third, and the G note as the fifth. This is because the E note forms a major third with the root, while the G note forms a perfect fifth with the root. And that is exactly the formula to create a major triad. By manipulating the intervals between these 3 notes, we can yield 4 types of chord qualities. We've already discussed the construction of a major triad, so how can we now create a minor triad? The only note that has to be altered to create a minor triad from a major triad is the third of the chord. To create a minor triad, the third will have to be a minor third from the root instead of a major third. We see that the root and the fifth has not been changed and remains a perfect fifth apart. The flattened third note is what gives the minor triad a darker quality. Besides that, we see that the intervals between the third and the fifth will also change when the third note has been flattened. In a major triad, we first have a major third followed by a minor third. In a minor triad, we have the inverse of this. That brings us to the next quality, diminished triads. This triad is formed when we stack 2 minor thirds together from the root to the fifth. As you can see here, C to E flat is a minor third, and E flat to G flat is also a minor third. The perfect interval between the root and the fifth is no longer present. Instead, we get a diminished fifth interval. This is the reason why this triad is called a diminished triad. The diminished interval is much more dissonant and less agreeable than a perfect fifth interval, which is why major and minor chords are considered stable, while diminished chords are considered unstable and have lots of tension. The last type of triads is the augmented triad. This is formed when we stack 2 major thirds together from the root to the fifth. As you can see here, C to E is a major third, and E to G sharp is also a major third. The perfect fifth interval between the root and the fifth is also not found, but replaced by an augmented fifth instead. Again, this is why we call this triad an augmented chord. Like the diminished triad, this chord is also highly dissonant and unstable. To summarize, we can create up to 4 types of triads by altering the intervals between the notes this way. Here's how to create each quality from a C note as the root. Hey guys, my name is Kenneth and I help music teachers and students with everything related to ABRSM music theory. If you found my content helpful, hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my videos.